Good afternoon, also from my side. Now the PowerPoint. Yeah, okay. So they've asked me to give a little bit, to share a little bit my experience, to introduce the right solutions, the right acoustical solutions for your projects in hotels. You've heard already a lot of information. And as Werner said, the Turkish team, Rigips, has made this nice brochure. And you'll find at page 17 these solutions. These solutions that you want to have. You say, okay, I want to have fire resistance, I want to have moisture resistance, I want to have a certain acoustical value, and you can find here this solution. So that's the end of my presentation. No, it's not true. What I will do is I will share a little bit my international experience, how to deal with acoustical solutions. Because a very important part of lowering your total cost, your total installation cost, is providing the right solution for the actual demand. And I will show you a couple of tricks what you can do to improve the sound installation. And I will also try to give you an experience of what the difference in sound insulation actually means. So here we go. So as Werner explained, the advantages of plasterboards are quite clear. Intrinsic material characteristics are it's a low weight material, it's a fast solution to apply. It has a really high intrinsic fire resistance, as John explained. But what it actually does, it outperforms really hard the monolithic materials on acoustic insulation levels. It was also explained in the presentation of Ms. Erktin, but I will explain a little bit how this comes. And the actual reason is, and that's something you can see here, is that the physics of monolithic materials and plasterboard partitions are actually totally different. A monolithic material works according to what we call the mass law. Simplistic, you improve the mass, you improve the acoustic insulation. Plasterboard partitions, what they do, they work according to the mass spring mass law. So again, improve the weight of the plasterboard, you will increase the performance of acoustic insulation. But you have a third thing. So you have 2 times mass because you have 2 plasterboards at both sides. But you have also a thing called spring. And if you influence that spring, then you will influence the acoustic insulation. And that's why you can have with the same level of acoustic insulation with a system which is 10 times lower in weight. So to give you a practical example, let's say you have a brick wall 15 centimeter thick, a brick wall, let's say 1600 kilogram per cubic meter of density. That gives you, if you calculate that, it gives you 250 kilogram per meter squared. If you apply the mass law, you will see this gives you an acoustic insulation of 46 dBs, which means, as Werner explained, you will still hear 50% of the noise of the other room. Okay, I want to double the insulation. It means, doubling means 10 times higher. So I want to have an acoustic insulation of 56 dBs. That means you need to have a brick wall of 520 kilogram per meter squared, which means you need to have a wall of 30 centimeters. Well, maybe still feasible. But let's say we want to have the high-end solutions. We want to have a solution where you can hear anything anymore from the other room. Then we're talking about above 70 dBs. If you see here that you're off my chart actually, that the wall would be 1 meter thick or something. So it's not a practical solution. This is really too heavy. So that's why we have the resort mass systems. So here you see a little bit what is my proposal of the solutions you can hear. And I will explain a little bit what is changed between the different systems, so you get an idea what we can influence. So here you see the brick wall with the 15 centimeters. Still 50% is heard. It's more or less at the same level of a single layer partition with standard plasterboards. It's more or less the same level. So it's actually not good enough if you want to have a good acoustic insulation. The next step you can do is, okay, I want to add mass. Mass means, okay, second layer. Second layer, you have the improvement of 10 dBs. This is for us, the 56 dB solution is for us the minimum solution. The second step you can do is, okay, have the spring, the resort. I want to improve the spring. Okay, but you can do the spring to independent studs. And you achieve a level of 61 dBs. The second step we do, and that's then the Saint-Gobain R&D that comes in, is to develop acoustical boards. Those boards are heavier, but they will also work on the spring. It will work on the connection between the plasterboard and the metal stud, and by this improve the acoustical insulation very high. So here you see, it's a special stud developed with special boards at both sides, 3 layers, and you achieve this 62 dB, which is the recommended level, also by the big hotel chains. This is the level that they actually want in a lot of the countries. You can improve even higher, same boards, 2 independent studs, 68 dBs, or you can have the really high-end solutions above 70 dBs with a combination of a partition with a lining. But this is the really high-end solution. So let's put this all a little bit in practice and try to share how acoustic insulation and difference in acoustical insulation works. So we call this thing, it's the DB station. This is a software actually developed in France together with the French government to get a real-life experience what an increase of 5-6 dB actually means, so you can hear it. So we developed this, and we've made this on an iPad. So we developed this also for iPad. The problem is, it's developed for an iPad with some headphones. And it really works really well for headphones. So we try to simulate this today a little bit with the boxes we've here. It should give you a good idea.
This is so ridiculous.
So here you see the brick wall of 15 centimeters.
Clarissa knows exactly what she is doing. All
This
right?
means
She uses John and she puts him
you
in the
hear your neighbors. If you want to hear the discussions
Like we had a kid together. I do
by
have
neighbors, please use this kind of
You asked
solutions.
me to marry
So now I need to warn you, next thing will be really loud. So take care.
Oh, okay.
It's going to be real loud. This is the actual level by the neighbors.
No, we're gonna make it easy for you.
Yeah.
No, that's it. I'm out of here. I'm not listening anymore. I'm
please, come on.
We go through this every single time.
Yeah, we do go through this every single time. What the hell is this about?
So with the brick wall,
You know what? You don't
you can
listen.
still
You
hear
don't listen
this.
to anything I
What?
say.
Then we go to the minimum level.
Talking about this too. I mean, there's no.
Every time Clarissa walks in a room, all you do is say,
So okay, you have now the earplugs in for the translation, so maybe you can't hear it really well.
You're gonna go. Great.
And I will shut up for a couple of seconds.
I am
An
packing
hour.
my bags
You coming
right now,
tomorrow?
and I'm out of here.
What?
Goodbye.
Okay, fine.
That's it.
Fine.
That's it.
Fine.
I am not putting up with this anymore.
Putting
That's
up with
it.
So this means 56 dB, and then we go to the higher end solutions with the double frame. You should hear maybe slide a little bit. So with the headphones you can hear it a little bit because I can't influence now the noises you hear. So this should give you a really good impression what the difference is between
I am packing my
enough of
bags.
what?
this,
I am going
the
back
not
to my
recommended
mom.
solution, let's say,
Oh, please.
It's been 2 months. and
in
I
your
still
living
haven't
room.
You're gonna drive 300
and the solutions that give a good acoustical insulation. So this is the end. Thank you. So thanks, Davey.